Hey everyone, thanks for joining High Vibes and Agape Love Book Club. I'm your host, Alex. If this is your first time joining us, thanks for joining. And if you're already a member of this book club, feel free to like, share, comment, and for sure, definitely subscribe so that you can get more content. Today, we're gonna do things Q&A style. So I have my iPad here just to make sure I stay on topic. The book that we're gonna be talking about today is called The Body Is Not an Apology by Sonya Renee Taylor, okay? So the first question is, do you have any comments on the title? The title is just what it says, The Body Is Not an Apology. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. How did the book make me feel? When I got done reading this book, I felt empowered. I felt like I had a reminder of one, how beautiful I am, and two, just kind of how she said the body's not an apology. I shouldn't have to apologize for the things that make me me, you know? If there were any points of symbolism in the book, I definitely think the title and the theme of the book, the body not being an apology, it has a little to do with your looks, you know? You could be disabled, you could be it's anything that makes you different or unique, I feel applies to this. You're not living your life for anybody, you're not here trying to impress anybody, you know? So if something about you makes someone else uncomfortable, then that's their problem, right? So what do you think about the narrator? The narrator is Miss Sonya Renee Taylor. I think she's very lively. She reads the book well. She's lively. Obviously, she wrote the book, so she knew exactly, where to highlight and, what to emphasize on. Would I read another book by this author? Most definitely. If I could ask the author one question, what would it be? If I could ask Miss Sonya one question, it would be when she's dealing with, even though so basically this book is about radical self-love, and I wonder if she also practices unconditional love for other people, If you could ask the author one question, what would it be? If I could ask Miss Sonya one question, I believe I would ask her, being that she's so big on radical self-love, which I love, I just wonder if she has any views on, agape love for other people or radical love for other people, The book length, this book was only 4 hours and 49 minutes if you're listening to it. So not long at all. Definitely could get straight into it. Would I read it or listen to it again? Definitely. I think this is one of those books that you could always dive into to kind of get you a reminder or reset yourself when you're feeling down or going through some things or anything along those lines in regards to self-confidence, self-love, and things like that. There's no biases in this book, in my opinion. It's not about any skin color. It's not about any size, any weight. It literally applies to everybody. Because in the world that we live in, somebody doesn't like something about everybody, somebody may not like my hair, somebody may not like your lips, somebody may not like how fat she is, somebody may not like that she's in a wheelchair, So it literally applies to everybody, or it can, should I say. Was the topic adequately covered? I believe the topic was adequately covered. She did her thing. She definitely did her thing. How did this book change you? Attitude, behavior, and perspective-wise. This book changed me. It set me on a path of radical self-love. I know I keep saying that, but that's the biggest theme in this book. It's not about self-confidence. It's not about, it's not even about just loving yourself in general. It's radical self-love, all out, all in, love yourself and everything about yourself. How honest was the author being? I think the author was very honest in this book. She touches on some personal things and tells a few stories that coincide with, the point that she's trying to get across, and they can definitely come off as personal, and you can tell she's being very honest. What aspects of the book did you relate to most? I related to like the body not being an apology, like in general, just me being like, at one point in time I was bigger in size after I had my baby, and then I lost a lot of weight, and like when I was bigger it was like, oh, you're getting big, blah blah blah, and then when I lost weight it's like, oh, you're so skinny, looks like you're on drugs. Like, you're never gonna please anybody, and it's not your job to. So I definitely think that I carry myself differently. I definitely try to love myself much better, and when I feel like that perspective is slipping, then I re-educate myself, or I just dive back into some content that reminds me of who I am, and just loving myself. Why? Okay, and this is our final question, everyone. Why do you think the author chose to tell this story? I think Miss Sonya Renee Taylor chose to tell this story because we all needed it. We all needed a reminder of loving ourselves, but we all also really needed to understand the concept of radical self-love and what that can do for you, So I would definitely recommend everybody check this book out, male, female, it doesn't matter. It's even down to the point where, like, for example, a young man who is a kid and he hurts himself at the park, and he's crying, and his close family members that are men are telling him, like, don't cry, men don't cry, etc., etc. Like, and then you grow up and you have this tough persona on. Like, you don't have to have that persona on. You don't have to apologize for being who you are. Like, you're allowed to cry if you want to cry. You're allowed to be whoever you want to be, and you're allowed to be great, So that's gonna wrap our Agape Love Book Club episode up for today. Thanks for joining. If you like this content, please like the video. If you want to hear more, let me know. If you have any books that you want to recommend or that you want me to talk about, put it in the comments. And I'll also put the questions down that I answered so that you can answer them too, and we can have a whole book club discussion, okay? Thanks, everybody. Bye.